Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time on this Monday afternoon. I'm back at the airport, back from London after a fantastic trip, unless you're, of course, a Tennessee Titans fan, which was the purpose of my visit for work. Many of you made the trip. It was good to see a lot of people out in London for the Titans and Ravens game. Obviously, Titans falling 24-16 to Baltimore, a less than ideal situation heading into the bye. So we're going to do another abbreviated primetime show as I wait on my connection, because obviously I will be in transit by the time this show typically airs. We've just finished up the radio show here earlier today. I'm going to remind you that the primetime show is presented by a variety of great sponsors, including Two Rivers Ford, powered by Ford, driven by people. Zen Sports, promo code ATOZTN is how you get unlimited 5% cash back on your first 15 days of wagering. TrueMathFitness.com, where you go for the best workout in Middle Tennessee. Your first workout is free at TrueMathFitness.com, and the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage, GaryAshton.com, will get you your dream address without the stress. Get the intel edge you need to succeed at the Ashton team. And you can't forget about the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry. Wherever justice demands, Amanda J. and her team have you covered. Go to AmandaJGentry.com for more information. So obviously I was in London for the Titans game, flew back, I guess, in the middle of the night, Central Time, but early Monday morning, London time, to kind of, gather my thoughts. We let Sam do the primetime show last night, and well, Sam was good to do the primetime show for me last night. Not we let him, we needed him to. And it's my understanding that he did a good job. So, and having some time to think about how that game went down and everything that's resulted in the 24 hours almost since then, we understand how severe the situation is. It's a 2-4 football team, but it's not like 2019. This is just, in 2019, you were legitimately a quarterback away. Maybe not the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers, but Ryan Tannehill came in, saved the season after Marcus Mariota had to be benched, and went on to take them to the AFC Championship game. The difference between 2019 and now is that we know that the football team in 2019 was good. We know in 2023 that the football team is bad, and that the quarterback situation is a far cry from being the only fix that we need to see from them moving forward. So we'll talk about the red flags together. You'll hear from Jeff Simmons, Ryan Tannehill, and Mike Vrabel. Of course, we'll start with your Two Rivers Ford take. What was the biggest Titans red flag that you saw on Sunday's game? Your Two Rivers Ford take is made possible by Two Rivers Ford, quality American-made Ford vehicles, award-winning customer service. Two Rivers Ford has you covered with the best car buying experience out there, powered by Ford, driven by people. So of all the different red flags, right, you got the quarterback situation. Obviously, Ryan Tannehill leaves the game injured. He'll have an MRI later this afternoon. Mike Vrabel is going to speak in an hour from now as we're taping this, but time constraints required me to do the primetime show right now as opposed to wait until later. So you have the circumstance for Ryan Tannehill. You have the turnover caused by Kyle Phillips, the punt return gaffes, the special teams issues. You had the defense standing on their heads, but it not being near good enough, and obviously everything that's going on around it. And then there's the comments from Mike Vrabel after the fact, where we asked him about a couple of different things. Mike was asked about, are the problems that they're displaying, because we're asking him the same questions week in, week out, day in, day out, game in, game out. We're asking Mike Vrabel the same questions about this team in the red zone, about this team on third downs, on defense in particular, about this team's inability to make offense functional in the NFL beyond getting opportunities gifted to them the way that the Ravens did with penalties. So Mike Vrabel was asked if the mistakes were fixable, and the fact that this was his response was my biggest red flag of the day.
Frustrated with the repetition, or something's
frustrated with losing.
Something's unable to be corrected given
Probably
what you have?
Maybe. We'll see. But not going to stop trying. Not going to stop trying to prepare them and teach them and fundamentals and execution. There'll be some good plays in there, and there'll be certainly the ones in there that we have to eliminate that are getting us beat.
So that was Mike Vrabel speaking with us last night in the postgame and saying, some of these issues aren't fixable. And that's the first real acknowledgement of that we've had under Mike Vrabel. Even last year on the 7 straight slide, like Mike was still trying to find fixes there. He went on to say there that he's still going on to try and find fixes, but the fact that there are none, legitimately concerning. So looking at the situation now for Ryan Tannehill and for Malik Willis, who came in the fourth quarter. Ryan Tannehill struggled throughout the course of the game, was under duress throughout the course of the game. Andre Dillard, the left tackle, got benched because they kept just getting beaten by the Ravens' defensive front. And looking at Ryan Tannehill leaves the game with an ankle injury, throws an interception, can't step into it, Chig wide open down the field. Tannehill gets picked off, and then they subsequently pull him. So he goes in the locker room. He's walking off on his own power. He gets back in the locker room. He comes back out and is just standing there by the tunnel for a period of time, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. He has to wait for the cart to come out there and get him, and of course doesn't have access to an MRI machine to see the extent of it, but it is the same right ankle that he injured last year that shut him down for the season, that he had surgery on this past spring. So Ryan Tannehill was asked about the circumstance and came into the locker room speaking with us on crutches. And this was the Titans quarterback yesterday.
Yeah, I won't have a chance to look at it until we get back. But yeah, obviously want to see what's going on, and hopefully it's not too bad, and we can get a plan moving forward.
A long plane ride with ice and stem?
Yeah, do everything I can to just try to limit the swelling and take care of it, but only so much you can do on a plane, but definitely include some ice and stem.
So Ryan Tannehill, he would go on to say it sucks. This is a tough spot to be in. He's been through this before, and obviously injury is part of the game, but there's no timetable for him. He'll have had the MRI by the time you guys see this broadcast. The extent of it, whether Mike Vrabel's willing to disclose that or not, remains to be seen. But Vrabel was asked if, the change, if a change at quarterback could be warranted because of the injury to Ryan Tannehill in the bye week coming up, and Mike gave a pretty succinct response.
Ryan's health, are you at a point where you might consider looking at Malik or Will?
I wouldn't consider anything that could help us win right now, and that's quarterback, everything. But I wouldn't say that would be something that, let's find out what's going on with Ryan.
So that was Mike Vrabel speaking to the media yesterday, not necessarily acknowledging that a quarterback change might be in the cards. I talked to Malik Willis last night in the locker room. He obviously came in and struggled. He was sacked 4 times in that fourth quarter. That's as many times, for example, as Baker Mayfield has been sacked on the entire season through 6 games. Malik Willis, gave it his best effort, has improved upon some things, but at this point is not a viable solution at the position.
Just told me to start getting loose just in case, and we obviously want to win the game, so didn't go as great as planned, but we're going to watch the film and figure that out tomorrow.
What did you think went well when you're in there? What maybe some things you feel like immediately after the game you should have done better?
I just have to look at the film. We didn't win, so that's not great. But other than that,
it's, obviously you're going to go out there and try and execute to the best of your abilities. It's a tough situation that you're being dropped in the middle of, though. How did you kind of manage that, I guess?
I mean, that's what your job is, to be ready if called upon. So we didn't come out with the dub, so it's on me. I got to go back to the drawing board and understand what it takes.
What did Ryan tell you before you went in?
That he's room for me. Go get a dub.
The sacks were
So that was Malik Willis speaking with media in the locker room last night. And, we'll see what happens after the bye. They've got some pretty important decisions to make. And obviously, if Ryan Tannehill's healthy, he'll be the starting quarterback. But the question of his health is very much still up in the air. In case you missed it tonight, because Bert is helping me record this, and we can't make the Bert segment work unless it's live. So I do want you to hear this quote from Jeff Simmons, because you might have missed this last night. It's the words that we're going to end the abbreviated primetime broadcast with before I go on my week-long vacation, and we'll be back with you starting next Monday night leading into the Atlanta Falcons game. Jeff Simmons talking about, needing to figure out who needs to play for the Titans or who wants to play for the Titans and who does not within the locker room. It's red flags are all over the place, but this was a pretty damning statement from Jeff, and how he and the other team leaders and Vrabel go about trying to figure it out remain to be seen.
put the offense in good field position, and they went down and scored. So we got to make more plays on defense, apparently, and then that's what it got to be. We got to make more plays.
How difficult is it not having that complementary football? Is that tough? Does that wear on you as a defensive player?
I mean, we just got to keep going out there. I mean, that's what we get paid to do. Go out there, and no matter what it is, sudden change, or the offense can't get going, or they get a big punt return. Our job is to go out there and put out the fire. And, I mean, like I said, I think we did a hell of a job of that. They got to the red zone how many times today, and we did a hell of a job in the red zone. Second half, I think we played a hell of a job on defense and kept getting off the field, and say kicked the field goal or two field goals, I think, in the second half, whatever it may be. But I think we did a hell of a job on the second half.
What kind of going to go through your mind about this team and that 9-hour plane trip back?
We need to figure something out. We need to figure out the guys who, going to fight. We need to figure out the guys who want to be out there, not the guys that don't want to be out there. That's what it needs to be. We need to reevaluate our team and, figure it out. That's the message. Let's figure it out. Who want to play football for the team.
You think you got a team to turn it around?
I would hope so. I mean, we got a long season ahead. This the NFL. I mean, no one's going to feel sorry for us. That's what it's going to be. Like I said, we got a bye week. Hopefully guys get healthy and kind of hit that reset button and come back after the bye week ready to roll.
So how do you kind of figure that out, I guess, when you're getting ready to take that time away as a team?
I mean, we got a couple of days here next week. I know Coach said we'll be, we guess we're going to watch the film together Tuesday morning when we get in. So I'm sure some of the captains or whoever, the leaders, whoever it may be, I think should stand up and, tell the team how they feel. I mean, everyone should be able to speak up, and I guess we just got to be grown men about it because, like I said, it's